Hello and welcome to the cybersecurity presentation for James, Micah, and Chanel. I will be doing this video by myself, and I also put together the presentation that I will upload with this video. So, the problem that we chose to work on was breaches of security at home due to remote work. And the problems that we looked at um, involve um, companies losing out on monetary information, personal information of employees, and also company data related to projects. Um, how these problems may occur involving breaches at home is companies may not have the budget to send home employees with personal company laptops. For a lot of companies, at work remote or at home remote work was very sudden as the pandemic hit, and an increase in remote work skyrocketed. Um, and with the frequent use of devices at home and not everyone having access to company devices, people have been having to use their own personal devices to do their work. And because of that, an increase in company information has been leaked and obtained because people may not always know the best solution or that they even need to secure their devices now that they're using it for company work. Um, some context to this, though, it's not to say that people are maliciously using this work at home situation to leak company devices. Um, Things like this can happen for a few reasons, and one of them being lack of security on personal devices due to a lack of knowledge. Um, Unlike the people in this class and the people listening to this presentation, like you are, not everybody knows that their laptops, their personal laptops, their personal cell phones that they may use for work, need to be secured because hackers can obtain their personal data through things like free Wi Fi or even them just having the default password on their router because they didn't think they needed to change it. Um, Another one of these reasons may just be because of financial problems. They know that they need to secure their laptop, their cell phone, even smart TVs that have payment information from apps that you download on there. But due to the increase of pricing in things like VPN networks that people can buy to hide and keep their IP address a secret, or even security software such as like Norton antivirus. Those subscriptions can be very costly for someone who may already be struggling to keep their own means, such as power and rent, inside their budget. The other is a inability to obtain a reliable service provider. The problem there is that sometimes, in order to maintain a good financial budget, to keep from not having money, they have to go with a cheaper service provider, and cheaper service providers uh, can sometimes provide less than excellent quality internet service. And because of this, they may have to rely on free Wi-Fi from cafes or like places like Barnes and Noble that have that as an option. And compounded with free Wi-Fi, if they don't have something like a VPN or antivirus software, hackers and predators in those situations can then get into their device from there simply because they have no other option. Um, so we have designed a series of solutions to ensure at-home network breaches um, don't occur, or if they do occur, you have a way to fix it. A is the simple one, which is changing your Wi-Fi password on the router. It's simple. It is accessible. It is the easiest thing for somebody to do. Um, it's very simple, and it protects it from simply someone having access to the service provider's list of passwords. or being familiar with that service provider, finding out what the default password is, and then getting all of your information simply because you failed to change what they initially set up. Second is to secure all PII information and CUI information on the device that you're using a password. Um, Encryption is key. A lot of PDF documents and things like that that you may view for company files or company projects can be encrypted. And if you do not know how to do that, you can contact your company's IT department in order to set up a password that only you know in order to get into those documents. That way, even if your computer is breached, they do not know the individual passwords of those important documents. Um, Another is to set up two-factor authentication on all your devices. That means whether it's facial ID on most cell phones or fingerprint ID, which is important in addition to a password. Second, um, update your passwords often. That's self-explanatory. And the fallback plan is purchasing reliable antivirus software if you have the available means to do that. A solution that we did not use is a VPN service. VPN services are nice, but the problem with that is they require proximity. They need to know your location and the proximity to your devices. So if that VPN service were to get breached, that hacker now has access to every device on that network. So it is not an isolated incident. It is instead a massive incident that spreads throughout the VPN service. So that brings us to the conclusion. Thank you so much for listening, and I am sorry I went 2 minutes over time.